While wandering through the stunning galleries of the Virginia Museum of Fine Arts, I tried to absorb the various time periods represented by fine paintings, sculptures, and masterpieces. I was so impressed with how each piece was developed and has survived over ages to be shared with society today. The statement of individuality, the quality and the attention to detail, the absence of tools and paint colors captured my interest and left me seeking further knowledge. The assignment at hand was to identify and connect with a piece from one of the 3 levels of this extraordinary museum. I thought to myself, how am I going to choose a piece? I was interested in so many. As the group entered the Mellon Galleries to examine European art, specifically French Impressionism, one particular sculpture captured my curiosity. Placed strategically in the middle of the room, as the center of attention, was the sculpture called The Little Dancer, 14 years old, circa 1880, by Edgar Degas. The French Impressionist Edgar Degas was born on July 19, 1834, in Paris, France. He was the son of a banker and the oldest of 5 children. His mother died when he was 13. As he grew up, his father and grandfather influenced him greatly. Degas was likely, according to his father, to become a lawyer. His family's wealth allowed him to be educated at prestigious schools. In 1853, he enrolled at the University of Paris to study law. This effort did not last long, as his passion for drawing led him in a different direction. In 1856, Degas entered École des Beaux-Arts art school. His skill and cleverness in fine art was demonstrated through many mediums, such as painting, lithographs, etches, and sculptures. He was regarded by many as an originator of Impressionism, but he considered himself a realist. He painted historical subjects, such as young Spartans exercising, and then moved to contemporary scenes of life, like horse racing and ballet. The Little Dancer, the only sculpture shown by Degas at the 6th Impressionist exhibition in 1881, is a wax and fabric mixed media sculpture. This realistic work captures the image of Marie van Gotham. She was a student at the École des Danses in Paris, and by 1880 she was a dancer for the opera. Degas observed this young model with care and delicacy as he sketched numerous charcoal and pastel drawings of the Little Dancer. He developed the piece at 2/3 life-size and originally sculpted it in a partly tinted reddish-brown wax, which was an unusual medium for the time period. At the exhibition, the sculpture was dressed in a silk bodice, gauze ballet skirt, and pink ballet shoes, with a satin ribbon around real braided hair. Degas was aspiring for a naturalistic effect by dressing the statue in real clothing. Following the death of Degas, the children of his brothers and sisters casted the sculpture in bronze. There are over 20 renditions of and studies for the piece displayed in museums all over the world. Art critics of the 19th century were shocked by Degas' creation of the Little Dancer. Their comments declared the piece as ugliness and depravity of the dancer. The realism of this piece frightened observers. However, Degas had captured the agony and stress of ballet training endured by an adolescent girl. As the Little Dancer posed in a relaxed dance-forth position, Degas displays the gawkiness of youth with the partnership of the predominant gracefulness of a ballerina. This piece represents the first formation of genuine art, is a favorite amongst many museum visitors today. The artists of Impressionism were bold in their art design, usually breaking artistry rules. This movement was stimulated by foreign Asian influences as well as the desire to paint modern life rather than the subjects of mythology, religion, and history. Impressionism featured quick, visible strokes such as smears, dots, and blobs. Traditionalists considered this style unskilled and incompetent. Impressionists collectively promoted the work by creating shared exhibits. By modernizing art and how society viewed art, Impressionism sparked a new way to view the world. As I studied the Little Dancer, I observed a proud, persistent, and accomplished young dancer. I was impressed with the use of the real ballet tutu and the satin ribbon because it brought the sculpture to life. This piece connected with me immediately because I could envision my niece Kara reflected in this piece. She too is a ballet dancer, and she works very hard to meet the ambitions of ballet as an art form. The little dancer displayed at the Virginia Museum of Fine Arts was donated by Mr. and Mrs. Paul Mellon through the Mellon Collection. Mr. and Mrs. Mellon were enormous patrons of the arts and avid collectors. Their philanthropic generosity has allowed thousands of individuals to behold many collections of art, especially the little dancer.